this brand new country, Chaz, the country of Chaz. It's so good.
After a week-long standoff, the police have abandoned a precinct. It's now called the Seattle People Department. It used to be Seattle Police Department in the downtown area. And now protesters have claimed it and the neighborhood around it, calling it an autonomous zone. It's part street festival, part commune with no police presence.
They also have people going around who are armed and acting as security and also border checkpoints. So to go through, you have to go through these physical barriers that have been set up. And it's complete anarchy because the police precinct that was there has been boarded up. The police have abandoned it. So if you happen to live in that area, if you happen to run a business in that area, you are on your own.
The first thing they did after they declared nationhood, and this was a bit of a surprise given that these modern conquistadors claim to be progressive ideologues, but the first thing they did was establish rigid national borders. They built a wall around the place, just like Donald Trump once said he would do.
A local station got video of several guards armed with assault rifles. They are asking for identification before letting people in, and police have received reports of the armed guards demanding money from some businesses inside their area. We also saw people passing out food in what they call a no-cop co-op. Respond to our request for information about what they plan to do next.
Don't be saying no threats, I'll blow your brains out. Don't do that.
Don't be saying no threats, I'll blow your brains out. This is all from a YouTube video that was posted by people from inside the Seattle Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone. Really, really good stuff. By the way, Raz Simone apparently announced that people entering ought to be stopped and frisked. Remember when stop and frisk was a bad thing? Because it was the cops, right? The cops were bad.
But we saw that it was a point of conflict night after night between the police department and protesters. And we wanted to de-escalate that. And what we decided was the best way to do that was reopen the streets. And that itself ended up with some ramifications for the precinct to remove anything that was valuable out of that building. But we will make sure that all of Seattle is safe.
You should know, leaving the precinct was not my decision. You fought for days to protect it. I asked you to stand on that line, day in and day out, to be pelted with projectiles, to be screamed at, threatened, and in some cases hurt. Then to have a change of course nearly 2 weeks in, it seems like an insult to you and our community.
All eyes are on Seattle, and Trump sees an opportunity to make everything that's happening there and really everywhere about his political opponents and their radical ranks. His move calls to dominate the people on the streets, dangling troops again. Wonder what effect that will have on people who say they are tired of being dominated.
They are spectacular. What they demand in order to leave free tax-paying citizens alone in the United States of America, because they say they're no longer living in the United States of America. They literally have a sign, again, that says, you are now leaving the USA. And how's that going for everybody when the commune's food is being eaten by all the homeless and you have to ship in vegan meat to all the protesters?